Hello, everyone. I'm going to skip the vain, drawn-out intros for this particular video because I am quite excited to deliver you, finally, part 2 of my JStation video. So yeah, let's just get right into it. Now, I don't know what you were thinking, Jay, and now because of my last video, I know without a shadow of a doubt you are definitely watching this. What were you thinking when you left a comment on my video? Now, I definitely made sure to record these comments and make sure they showed you that it led to his channel because Jay has quite a lengthy history of commenting on videos he doesn't like, making fun of them or making fun of the person, and then deleting them afterwards when he realizes how much of a dumbass he looks like. Now, both these comments are completely retarded, let's be honest, but one stood out to me in particular. This one. His first comment seemed like a passive-aggressive jab or attempt to intimidate me into deleting my video, because apparently I got his attention. Oh no, I'm gonna face the wrath of his fans. Dumbass, that was the intention. The intention of all of my videos is to make sure the person in question watches them so they can hear my critiquing firsthand. Ah, but I struck a nerve, didn't I? It was enough to make you add that one extra comment, that one that truly shows how insecure you are. Now, I'm not the first person he's left a comment on my videos. In fact, I can at least name two off the top of my head that I've recorded that he actually has. Alex, which I've shown in the previous video, he left a pretty incriminating comment on Alex's video, and iNabber, but unfortunately he deleted it before iNabber could think to screenshot the text. Now we'll get to iNabber as well later on in the video, because I actually have a big part to play in that too, but we'll get into that later. So yeah, point is, Jay is insecure, and that shows full forth in the time when he had to comment on a video that got barely 200 views. If he was to leave my video alone, he would have basically given me less ammo, but I kept pushing simply because he left that comment. Alright, on to the next topic. Now, when I was originally making my video on Jay, I had not realized that he did a video called Why I Became Homeless at 2 Million Subscribers. Now, going homeless at YouTube as a YouTuber isn't really beyond the realm of reason. It's quite plausible with the apocalypse and everything. But this is just a lie to gain monetization. Like, he makes it so obvious. I won't waste too much time going in on this video because, to be honest, I can just show you the important points where he basically cuts holes in his own story. Now, the first half of this video plays out like a poorly done commercial. It's essentially him talking to the camera, him crying, him sighing, and him narrating over him walking to somewhere. It's clearly to just garner as much pity as possible. One thing I noticed right off the bat during these parts is that he basically said the reason for his lackluster content and quality in that is because his channel blew up so recently. Unfortunately, this isn't your first channel, Jay. Meet his original channel, JStation. It was created 3 years ago, has about 100,000 subscribers, and does roughly the same content that he does in this channel. Except now, all he does is lazy, shitty horror videos. Now, it's strange because you seem to be trying to erase this channel from the history books. What is so special about this channel that you are willing to actually try to remove it? And digging through your original channel, I went further down the rabbit hole and discovered something even crazier. I found 2 extra channels, both of them run by him, and the familiarity between the 3 is all 3 of these channels are dead. He's not some inexperienced YouTuber rookie. He's someone who just threw random channels at the wall to see how he could get as many views as possible, and when he discovered one that stuck, he went with it. Those other channels had good views, they had good subs, but that wasn't enough for you. You wanted more. You wanted money. Who knows how many more channels he's made in the past that are just attempts at him clickbaiting. Maybe there's a JStation commentary channel. Maybe there's a JStation Exposed channel. Who knows? All I know is that every single one of these channels were made with the conscientious effort of blowing up on YouTube to get that revenue. Admittedly, not a horrible practice, but he just gives up whenever the going gets tough. he doesn't keep fighting forward even when things are looking down. Maybe he keeps making new channels because he simply got suspended for something off of YouTube and he has to keep running away by making a million channels so they can't catch him all. Actually, you know what? If I can find evidence of him, his very first channel getting suspended, and his newer channels simply being attempts at trying to return to the YouTube scene without avoiding the bots deleting his channel, I will make a third part.
And that's just to show you guys the power of the mind. You can literally do anything you set your mind to. Don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something. As a guy who's
pretty ironic coming from the guy who has given up on 3 channels simply because they didn't do well enough.
dropped out of high school, has a criminal record, got 5.
Yeah, that's what happens when you do multiple 24-hour challenges. Basically, the dumbest thing to do on YouTube, because I think you get fined more than you earn on YouTube. Look, the rest of this video is just one giant pity circle jerk. All he does is try to beg his fans for money and create excuses to why his content isn't good. I'll link in the description a video iNabber did on him because it's infinitely better than anything I could say right now. Speaking of iNabber, you're probably dying to know exactly what I had to do with his newest video. Well, in simple words, I gave him the idea, or at least I tipped him off about the whole JStation thing. Now, iNabber has a public Discord, which I am a member of, and one of the moments he was talking in general chat, which gave me the opportunity to have a quick chat with him. So I rang him up, and I told him, did you hear that some guy basically faked being homeless and got away with it? And he was like, no, I didn't, because at the time, I was essentially the only person who knew about this. Like, the commentary channel was pretty oblivious, no offense to them, about the whole thing. Now, it's up for debate if I actually had an impact in this situation. Perhaps he forgot about it and he found it on his own, which is a plausible theory. So I might not have had any influence, but it's important to know that I did inform him about this, and something about his reaction suggests that he was a bit heated when he discovered it. Now, simply put, Jay, and one further thing I want to add is you really should add some kind of explanation to why you suddenly have a house now, because your fans are pretty confused. I mean, the reason I chose the video I did in the first video to review is because it was right after the homeless thing. It films you in a home. It's a bit weird, isn't it? I mean, the guy who complains he's homeless and has no family or no friends to get back to suddenly has a home in the very next video. Now suddenly the story's changed and you're at your grandma's house or something. I don't really know. You seem to be in and out, attempting to either flip-flop between you having a home and you trying to milk your fans further the fact that you're homeless. But throughout your video about you claiming to be homeless, I have managed to piece together the real story of what happened to you. All those 24-hour challenges you did finally caught up with you, to the point where you got so many fines from breaking and entering a building that you had to flee to America to avoid paying the money. Not realizing that, unfortunately, moving to America from Canada resulted in you having to pay more money, so you can't afford a mansion, you can't afford fancy stuff. You moved into a house and devised a plan to milk your fans for money because you simply say, oh no, I'm going homeless. You do a horrible job trying to maintain this lie by flip-flopping in and out of the house, and then using the fact that you say you're at your grandma's house, which is a complete contradiction to what you said previously, and the fact that you have no friends or family in America. The cameraman you use in this video, as well as a friend. You couldn't have possibly made him recently, he probably already exists. Who knows, maybe you're still in Canada, and the fact that you moved to America and have a criminal record is a complete fabrication. Even if he has actually gone homeless, he heavily embellishes the story to gather more pity from his fans. And using my knowledge as an actual YouTuber, I can show you the fact that he definitely is paying a lot of money for at least his editing software, because he wouldn't be able to make his videos without it. The bare minimum PC would have to be $800, plus $700 editing software that would actually produce competent videos, as well as his camera, which is $500. Now, he could have brought all that stuff with him, but what was he supposed to plug it into? He can't just plug it into a neighbor's Wi-Fi and steal it and also plug it into his neighbor's power outlets. It doesn't work that way. He has some form of house where he has all this stuff together. And don't try to make the defense that you're using a friend's stuff, because then that also contradicts your previous statement that you have no friends or family in there. Face it, Jay, you backed yourself into a corner that once people start realizing that what you did, it'll all come crashing down for you. And I can't wait to see that happen. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video. I know it's a pretty serious video, but honestly, it deserves an actual serious discussion. So I have a Twitter finally. I'll link it in the description. And good night, everybody.